What is going on, guys? Grave here today. Let's talk about the changes coming to the Necromancer class here in update 46. Of course, I've been making videos talking about each individual class, and the Necromancer got some pretty good changes. I think it's kind of up there as one of those classes that's going to be changed for the better with update 46 than kind of for the worse. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. First of all, Grave Lord Flame Skull. This ability and its morphs will now generate a corpse on their third cast near where the target enemy was. Venomous Skull. The corpse generation for this effect has a 3-second cooldown to mitigate how easy it is to reach the summon corpse limit. Sacrificial Bones. Grave Lord Sacrifice. This morph now no longer causes your Flame Skull to generate a corpse, as the base ability now does that. Death Kennel. This passive now increases your critical chance by 10 and 20% against targets under 33% health if you have a Grave Lord ability slotted, rather than 5 and 10 critical chance per Grave Lord ability slotted against enemies under 25%. So now you're going to get that 10 and 20 instead of that 5 and 10 per ability. It's going to be a bit of a nerf probably to that, but we'll kind of just have to wait and see, considering you're going to be able to pair, of course, the Necro class with some other subclasses, so that might not be as weak as it sounds. Reusable parts. The passive now reduces the cost of your next necrotic summon by 33 and 60%, up from 25 and 50. And Dismember. The passive now grants 1,635 and 3,271 offensive pen when a Grave Lord ability is active, up from 750 and 1,500. When it comes to Bone Tyrant, Bone Armor. This ability and its morphs will no longer create a unconsumable corpse if you were not in combat when the ability ended. This also applies if the abilities were recast with at least half of their duration passing. If you are not in combat when meeting its requirements, they will not generate. Note that the actual summon creature, such as a skeletal mage, that die while not in combat, will continue to generate a visual corpse that cannot be consumed. Grave's Grasp, Empowering Grasp. This morph now empowers the minor maim and major maim against enemies, rather than increasing your summon's creature damage by 1,000. Of course, the health passive there is also now going to increase your healing taken by 1 and 3% per Bone Tyrant ability slotted, up from 1 and 2. Last Gasp. This passive now increases your max health by 1206 and 2412, up from 625 and 1250. Living Death. The curse there is going to give you the passive that now is going to increase your healing done by 6 and 12%, while a negative effect is active on you, up from 4 and 8. Near Death Experience. This passive now increases your critical chance with healing based on your target's missing health by up to 6 and 12%, down from 10 and 20. And Undead Confederate. This passive now increases your health, magic, and stamina recovery by 77 and 155, while a necromantic pet is active, down from 100 and 200. As you can see, most things within that, within the class skill lines here of the Necromancer have gotten a pretty good upgrade. There's a few changes here. Everything seems pretty fair to me. I don't see anything that just stands out that's really, really bad, like it's just getting, destroyed with a nerf. Most of everything, like I said, most everything here was, a good little buff, or, just some changes that needed to be made. I think the Necro skill lines, paired with some of the other skill lines that we've talked about over these last few videos, it's going to be really good. There's a lot of people talking about running Necro and Nightblade together, on a class to, make their subclass. So it looks like Necro, like I said, it's kind of come out on top when it comes to, buffs and nerfs in update 46. It came out a lot better than some of the other classes we've talked about. But leave me your comments. Let me know what you think about the Necro changes in update 46. And if you liked it, hit the like. If you hadn't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.